We are on the final stretch of 2025. The Game Awards is right around the corner, and people all over the internet make their own lists for Game of the Year contenders or whatever. And one thing that doesn't get talked about not nearly enough is racing games. And I love them. Don't get me wrong, we got so many great games this year. 2025 was a bomb in terms of gaming, okay? And as much as I love all those games like such as Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, The Alters, Dispatch, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and many other titles. Today I want to talk about racing games, because 2025 was actually a banger year for racing. Arcade racing specifically. And that's what we're going to do today. I am Neon Darkness, and let's talk about 2025 through arcade racing. Tune in. And I would actually like to kickstart this video with an indie title, nice and slow. The game I want to talk about is called #Drive Rally. As far as I know, it kind of is a sequel to like a previous game from these developers, obviously, which is called #Drive. And the first one was a mobile title, but Drive Rally is a fully fledged arcade rally game. It is pretty cool. One thing I should probably mention first is the game's art style. The game is heavily stylized. It looks a little bit cartoony, a little bit like a comic, and I especially love the designs of all the menus and the interface. Basically, UI design for this game. It kind of splashes with all those vibrant colors, like your limes, your bright violets and stuff. This is one thing that I always appreciate in all kind of games, honestly, not just racing games, like a vibrant UI design, and Drive Rally totally delivers on that aspect. But what this game is, it's a rally game, okay? There are no races though. Every time you hit the track, or rather, the up-road, you are competing against pretty much a timer. That's what you do. But the game delivers on the... It kind of elevates your experience with an upbeat soundtrack. And another great feature about Drive Rally are its co-drivers. They are extremely fun. So basically, what the game is, you have a set amount of events and you just complete them. You cannot buy cars, you cannot upgrade cars, you can only choose out of the ones you have. And, best you can do is you can choose between a couple of liveries. And it's pretty fun. It's really fun. I mean, for an indie game, it's nice to have a varied pool of cars with some actually nice liveries. Like, they are rather handsome. And the way the campaign is structured is you attend all those events around the world, and whenever you attend an event in a particular country, a particular co-driver joins you in this event, and every single one of them is voiced. They have their own actors, they have their own accents, and they have their own jokes. And the reason I mention this because they are really funny. Like, I absolutely love the co-drivers in this game. Like, for example, I remember playing a demo for Drive Rally, and I think there was only a German car available in that demo, which is Audi Quattro. with accordingly a German co-driver, and he was so fun. He had this cliche German accent. He was saying things like "Let's reach for the stars," and it's pretty funny. And like every co-driver in the game has this kind of accent. I can see it being a little bit annoying, but like personally, I consider it very fun and rather clever. So yeah, I have played the demo for this game, and it absolutely sold me it. So I ended up buying the full thing pretty much the day it hit like the store shelves. Basically, you know, when it got released. So yes, Drive Rally is a great indie title if you love rally. Another thing I forgot to mention is that I didn't play too much of it, but I remember it being a rather difficult game to play. I don't remember if there are any difficulty options, but still, check out the trailer, check out the screenshots, check out the store page for Drive Rally, and if you like it, give it a shot. It's a great thing to play. Okay, second title I want to talk about is going to be a lot different. And it's not exactly fair to mention this one because Night Runner's prologue didn't really come out in 2025. It's not a full release. Basically what it is, it's a free-to-play, well, obviously a prologue for the game that is currently being in development. But still, you know, the prologue is out there. You can play it. As I said, it's a totally free-to-play thing. And the premise for this one, it's a Tokyo highway racer. And you should memorize this concept because we're gonna talk about it real soon once more. But what Night Runners is an insane vibe check. This game has this absolutely glorious VHS kind of style, you know, all those filters, like it's always night, you don't see the light of day for a second in your playthrough. And basically what Night Runner is, it's kind of a Need for Speed game, in a way, a little bit, except you're restricted to the Tokyo highways. They are pretty much the entirety of your open world, I'm sorry. And another thing that is similar to NFS games is it's absolutely insanely rich customization. You can customize just countless things on your cars, like both in and out of the body. And yeah, so that's pretty much Night Runners. I didn't really touch on it yet, but I saw people praising it so much. Like when it came out in the beginning of this year, I mean, prologue that is, or just reminding you, like the game isn't out yet fully. But still, you know, when the prologue came out earlier this year, people kind of went nuts with it. Pretty much everybody loved it, you know. They were saying that it's like finally we got a worthy NFS competitor with an actual style and insane customization. So that's definitely a nice thing to have. Again, check out the trailer, especially I'm going to ask you to check out the trailer on this one, because what the devs are doing with this thing is just insane. Like the promotion they are doing for Night Runners, I love the hell out of Night Runners trailer. You know the one, you'll get it when you'll see it. It's the first one on the Steam store page, so just go give it a look. But the reason I've asked you to memorize that highway racing idea, because we actually got another game to talk about in a similar vein, which is called Tokyo Extreme Racer with X. And this one's a different story, okay? It's pretty much a resurrection for a franchise which is at least couple decades old at this point. It came out of nowhere, and I mean, another thing that it got in common with Night Runners, besides the setting, is that people absolutely loved it. But one thing that separates Tokyo Extreme Racer from Night Runners is that initially TXR came out as an early access title earlier this year, back in April, but somehow it ended up crawling to its 1.0 just a couple months earlier, back in the end of September. So it's fully out. It's a premium game. You have to pay for it, yes, but the quality is just top notch. You know, it's that kind of a title in which you slowly progress, and you know you slowly climb the ladder, like upgrade by upgrade, and you kind of stick to one car, maybe like one or two cars. It's that kind of game, and honestly, it's not been long ago since I purchased it, and the day will come and I will absolutely love to play it. You know, I'm going to have such a great time with this one. But yeah, it felt like people loved Tokyo Extreme Racer, so yeah, another great thing to check out. So give it a shot if you feel like it. But before we will get to our main dish of the day, I want to mention one more indie title I'd like to talk about, and it is called Formula Legends. Okay, so what this is a Formula 1 game. But it's not just, you know, like Formula 1 is kind of famous for celebrating different eras of this kind of motorsport. And you might want to ask, like, okay, well, like, what's the period, like, this one game covers? Like, what's the period Formula Legends covers? And the answer is not just one, but actually a few of them. And that's kind of like pretty much a selling point. If you have ever heard of the game that is called Circuit Superstars, you might get the idea of what this game is as well. But if you haven't heard of it, basically Formula Legends is an arcade Formula 1 game with a camera which is somewhere in between of being like a third person chase cam and a top down camera. It's pretty much like far away behind the car, but you can see all the things pretty nicely. What got me into this game is its art style, because the game looks cartoony. Okay, all the cars, they are a little bit squashed, they are rather small, but you can clearly see the references and the design elements. It is unmistakably a Formula game. And it comes to pretty much everything, because even though there was only one racetrack available in the demo I have played several months ago, one great feature about Formula Legends is that you not only progress by eras through eras by choosing different vehicles, but you can also choose different layouts for this track. And those are, not just different layouts, but those are actual real life layouts that were available and relevant respective to its time. So if you race in Formula of the 1950s, you can have a variation of the track from 1950s. And it not only includes the layout of the road itself, but also all kinds of props. And it's just so nice to race a track, back from 50s and, then try another version of it, let's say from 70s or something, and see they added some chicanes because, cars became so much faster, and the event organizers, they had to implement some safety measures. It's just such a great thing to have. I'm not sure if this title is unique in that regard, but if going through Formula 1, through all the different eras of Formula 1 sounds like a nice thing to you, while not being too serious about it, then I could definitely recommend this one to you. You will find all sorts of references in this game. I mean, it is an unlicensed product, so you won't find any actual real F1 cars, drivers, and liveries, but they are all just recognizable. If you know anything about F1, you will recognize all those liveries and pilot names. I mean, for example, if it's I don't know, I don't remember exactly, but let's say, Max Verstappen, one of the most popular F1 pilots of the modern day, there is probably a pilot that is called Man der Schrappen, or whatever. I just made it up, but you got the idea. And yeah, check this game out as well. If any of those ideas I'm spitting out sound interesting to you, just check them out. All of them are on Steam, and you can get them. Yeah, they're not that expensive, especially the ones that are indie titles like Formula Legends and Drive Rally. I ended up getting myself a copy of Formula Legends as well, so yeah, that's going to be another thing I would love to get into someday. But of course, when it comes to 2025, the biggest trend of this year is definitely kart racing subgenre. We've had so many titles, so many kart racers this year, and of such a great quality that it's kind of hard to believe. The sheer amount of kart racing titles we got this year kind of blows my mind. Sure, we're gonna talk about that one, the one in a minute, but I'd like to start with Mario Kart World. I do own Switch 1 and not Switch 2, so I can't really play Mario Kart World, but even though I've heard some quote-unquote nasty things about this game, it's been pretty expensive, $80. It's quite a big price to pay. But another thing which is not great about Mario Kart World is its intermission courses. Basically, if you don't know what a Mario Kart World is, it's an open world take on the Mario Kart formula, and god damn it, I should probably tell you what a kart racing game as a thing is, in case if you don't know. Basically, it's an arcade racing subgenre, which usually includes some form of vehicular combat as well. With kart racing, it's mostly item-based. Basically, you drive through some random item thingies on track, and you randomly receive an item, and yeah, you just use it to knock other racers on the track. That's pretty much what a kart game is. But as I've already told you, Mario Kart World is an open world take on the like average Mario Kart formula, and it is pretty nice. I'm sorry. The game introduces parkour elements which are great. Honestly, they are hella fun, and I can imagine it being like very interesting and so much engaging to look for all those nice shortcuts you could take using the parkour mechanics. And I absolutely adore the design of Mario Kart World, specifically World. I'm not sure how do you call this kind of aesthetic, but I'll just go for it and I'll just call it straight away race punk, whatever. Because, this game got a certain sporty look to it. All the drivers, most of the carts, they feel like racing, not just your average cartoony racing. They got some real life sporty look to them. And with the sheer amount of sponsor banners and everything else in the world of, MK World, it's just such a great game to look at. And just based on that thing alone, just based on the style of that game, I would absolutely love to play it if I'd have an opportunity. But for now, I can, only like watch all these videos talking about how great or not great this game is. Actually, I will leave some links in the description. I want to recommend you that one video by a guy who is an actual designer, and he made a great video on the design of Mario Kart World sponsors. I think his channel is named something Elliot Design, maybe. I'll leave a link for this video in the description. Definitely check it out. Absolutely love the video. The channel is great in general. Had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, one thing I have to mention is that basically MK World is an open world game. Okay, you got that already. But the way the game is structured is that it got several like actual thought out locations, thought out tracks, kind of like spread it out like all over the map. But between all of them, there are somewhat empty spaces. And what the game loves to do in multiplayer, because it is important to remember that Mario Kart is first and foremost a multiplayer title. So one thing Mario Kart World loves to do is that it inserts those quote-unquote intermission courses in between of those thought-out lap racers. And people hate it, and I kind of get the hate, because of all games on the market, Forza Horizon does the same thing, and I am really not a fan of that. It is just not fun to roam across the empty roads. It is absolutely not fun. But it's fun to make fun of that, and one game that made a lot of fun out of that is the GOAT of our today's video, Sonic Racing Cross World. This guy is my co-host for today. Say hi to him, he's a nice lad. Sonic Racing Cross World is amazing, okay? It's just amazing. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. I can't sell this game to you enough. It just has pretty much all you might want to ever want from an arcade racing title, and a kart racer specifically, and even all you might want from a like a Sonic game. It is really all things in one package, and it is just amazing with that. And you might be wondering, like, okay, but what's the catch? Like, there gotta be a catch. And there is a catch, really. And the catch is there's not a catch. It is just insane. Like, the game is just good. It's just great. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention is that all of the games I was talking about today, they all are decently optimized. They all have, they do not take a lot of space on your HDD. They are pretty much all of them. They take around 10 gigs, which is in 2025 insane, just insane. Play it up, okay? And Cross Worlds is one of those games. I kind of forgot. It takes either 7 or 17 gigs on your hard drive, but either way, 17 is not 50, and it's not 150. Okay, okay, Call of Duty. Okay, other games. Okay, Unreal 5 slop. Yeah, can we go for 20 gigs? All right. So Cross Worlds barely takes any space. It is greatly optimized. Like in a previous video, I've mentioned that I kind of have like a mid-tier setup. Basically, my GPU is a GTX 1060 6GB graphic card, and I just play Cross Worlds on ultra settings, you know, like on the graphical settings maxed out. Except the resolution scale, okay, I think it's like on 120%. I tried to scale it up to 150, and the game started to lag a little bit, so yes, I had to scale it down, but I mean, 120 is more than enough, honestly. And Cross Worlds is just great. Okay, I should probably tell you what this game is. God damn it. Basically, it's another kart racer, but this time with Sonic characters. All kinds of Sonic characters. From, like, even including games that are decades old at this point. I mean, they got Verhawk from Sonic Unleashed. They got Babylon Rogues from Sonic Riders trilogy. They got Blaze from Sonic Rush games. They got Silver, and you know, even Deadly Six. I mean, not the entirety of Deadly Six. They only got Zaz and Zavok, but still, like, the sheer amount of characters in this game is just insane, and every single one of them has their own cards. But that's not really it, because all of them, like each one, every character is unique. Every card is unique. They all got their own stats, and you can even combine some of the, like, car parts. Basically, you got front, you got rear, and you got the wheels, and you can come up with all the different combinations to, you know, achieve the drip and the performance you wish. And it's such a great thing to have. I'm going to talk about customization in a little bit. I should probably tell you how Cross Worlds works with its races. And it is kind of simple, but not really. Okay, so the game's single player format, the main format is Grand Prix. And it's pretty much a 3-race championship. Okay, you and 11 other racers, you start a race, basically. Okay, you go through the first lap, but you see, when you reach the second lap, you have the ability to choose the racetrack, okay, which are called Cross Worlds. It's in the title, okay? It's right there. And there are just so many different Cross Worlds in this game. Around 20, I think. probably 50, at least 15. Yeah, at least 15 cross worlds on top of 20 tracks. And you know, it already sounds insane. You know, just imagine all those different combinations you could come up with in terms of, you know, tracks alone. Because every single time you reach the second lap in any race, like the game randomly assigns a cross world for you. And it's random every time. And, you know, it brings so much variety. It is great. I love them all. I love the way they look. Like, all of them look amazing. But some of them are a little bit pain in the ass, especially if you want to go for them in a time trial mode. Some of them are quite a huge pain in the ass, okay? But that besides the point. Basically what I want to convey is that the game has a great variety in terms of tracks, really, because you can race all kinds of vehicles, and at some point on those tracks you're switching to like a water form or a plane form. So you race on the road, in the sky, and across the seas, and it is great. You know, there is so much dynamic to those races, and they are just a great thing to play. But tracks are not the only thing you get variety in, because the other thing I want to mention is the sheer amount of possible combinations you can have for your builds. Because just as I already mentioned, firstly, you got racers. Okay, the choice is mostly aesthetic, but still, as I said, every racer got their own stats. Second thing is you can build your own kart out of 3 parts, just as I said, front, rear, and wheels. But on top of all that, there is the gadget system. And this is when like things are getting tricky, like actually tricky, because you got 6 gadget slots and all kinds of gadgets. There should be like 100 of those in this game, and they all affect different aspects of your build and of the races. Some of them grant you certain kinds of items. Some of those directly affect your stats. Some of them provide you some additional abilities. And this is just insane. Like, just as I said, the amount of possibilities you have in this game is just mind-boggling, really. Sonic Cross Worlds has done it maybe like none other title before, ever. I don't know, that might be the case. It's certainly up there in the top in you know, this kind of terms. So it is great. It is great. This game is bright. It is flashy. It is beautiful to look at. It is great to play. If you want your challenge, you will get your challenge. This game could be hard if you wanted to. You know, set the difficulty up, go to Sonic Speed, disable all the assists, and you will have some hard time. But if you want to just chill out and enjoy some casual racing, go for it. You know, enable the assists. Scale down the difficulty a little bit, and you will have a lot of fun. Either way, really. And I don't want to talk about Sonic Racing Cross World too much, because I absolutely can, and I probably will. At some point, I will. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. But still, we'll call it a day for this game, like, for now. I just want to say that I pretty much pre-ordered this game day 1, and I was hyping this game since the second it got announced. I was hyping every single trailer for this game, and one thing I want to say is that it was all true. I was right this whole time. The game is amazing, and Cross Worlds is probably my either like it's one of the two single best games of this year. I'm not going to talk about the other one, but whatever. I just wanted you to know this. So yeah, Cross Worlds is amazing. It is pretty well optimized. It doesn't take a lot of space on your hard drive, and it's just an amazing game to have. It is vibrant. It is so alive and like it's just great. I love Cross Worlds, and I have already had 20 hours of fun in this game, and I'm going to have a lot more. But yeah, these are the two biggest titles of this year. Mario Kart is probably the only game from today's video which is not on Steam, which is not on PC. It's just as I said, it's Switch 2 exclusive. But still, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, you can get it on any platform. The game supports like full cross-platform, so you play with racers from all around the world, and that's another great thing about it, which I absolutely adore. Like the marketing for this game, the trailers are bollocks, and I love it about them. The amount of content Sega keeps adding to this game, paid DLC, crossover characters, free characters, I love them all, okay? Except SpongeBob. I don't like SpongeBob, okay? But this year actually saw some more cutscene titles. I'm not going to talk about them a lot, but I want to briefly mention a game which is called The Carters 2 Turbocharged. I don't know much about this one, and not a lot of people play this one, you know, not even talking about just being aware of this game existing. But people that do play it and that have played praise this one for being the Crash Team Racing spiritual successor, which is a nice thing, I guess. I mean, it's always nice when there is like a unique kind of racing, and when there is a game that revives this style of racing like decades later. I haven't played Crash Team Racing, but you know, it's pretty much a matter of time. So yeah, I'll get there eventually. And I mean, Garfield Kart 2 came out this year as well. I'm not going to elaborate this statement, but yeah, that's definitely a thing that happened. And I mean, sure, we've had some like more games this year. Some of the more realistic titles. Wreckfest 2 is out already. It came out earlier this year. I mean, it's probably still in early access, if I remember correct, but it's out there. You can play it. People absolutely adored Wreckfest 1 for representing the unique kind of racing. It's basically a destruction derby racing. It got a lot of realistic aspects to it, but in its core, it's like a pure arcade fun. So if you are a fan of destruction, absolutely give it a shot to Wreckfest, be it 1 or 2. You could go for 1. It's a lot cheaper these days and easily accessible. But yeah, 2 is nice as well. And another thing that came out this year is called Recreation. This one is not that great, and it actually came out on my birthday, which is a nice thing to have, I guess, but it's not. A little bit upsetting that this game ended up being somewhat of a disappointment, because basically what it is that it's a new title from some of the developers of the legendary Burnout series, and people were kind of expecting Burnout kind of quality level for Recreation, and did it deliver? Not really. Not really. I saw some people saying this game is fun. I saw some people saying this game is a major disappointment. But I guess you can check it out. Some people actually say that it's a decent Burnout spiritual successor. And for those who miss this kind of game, like this style of racing, I guess it's a nice thing to have. The key feature for this one is that you can construct and design your own racetrack from all kinds of props, kind of like in the middle of the air, you know, those like air loops and stuff. Well, that's what recreation is, you know, it's like rec and creation. That's the creation aspect of it, I guess. But yeah, also another thing that came out this year, the game is called JDM, which stands for Japanese Drift Masters. Yeah, that's not what it actually means, because in real life JDM means Japanese domestic market, and that's what the JDM cars are. But it's just a, you know, kind of like a clever wordplay the devs have going on here. But I'm not going to say a lot on this one as well. Basically, I'm kind of like speedrunning at this point. But that's definitely a game. It came out and I saw some people being interested in it. I am not a big guy for drift games myself, if I'm being honest. But still, you know, if you love drift games, if you love Japanese car, maybe you might want to give this one a shot. I mean, check it out. It's on Steam, just as anything else. Another thing I want to bring up is, you know, it's not only the games we got, but also the games we got back. And it's a pretty major topic to talk to. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it too much again, but I absolutely have to mention it because these are like so important, such important things to talk about, and I just, you know, can't ignore it. Because we actually got some games back, and you know what this means. Like you'll get what this means in a second. The Crew 1, the game that was dead for over a year. Okay, Ubisoft killed it. It was an online-only title, and Ubisoft just pulled the switch. And you might be thinking, like, okay, I mean, at least you could play the campaign, you know, like this game actually has a plot. Well, whatever. There is a plot, there is a story, and it's like a rather unique title. Like the Crew 1 is, it's a unique title, really. Which kind of stands on its own. The key feature of the Crew 1, there are two features actually. One being that is you can kind of like transform your cars for them to suit any needs. So basically you have like a, let's say like a Chevy Camaro, but you know, you can transform it from a road car to an off-road car, and to like all those different, to like a track car, like a sports car, okay, like an on-track action, for some on-track action, that's what I'm trying to say. But another feature, like key feature of the Crew 1, and kind of like the Crew 2 as well, but there's a nuance, I'm not going to get into it. The Crew 2 does it worse. Okay, so the key feature of the Crew 1 is that it's an open world racer, and the map for the Crew 1 is, yes, scaled down, but pretty much the entirety of the US. Like, you race across the United States as an, like, in an open world title. And this is just insane. I mean, this game is almost 10 years old at this point. I think it was released back in 2016, if I'm being correct. So at least 9 years, maybe more, probably more. So just as I said, over a year ago, Ubisoft pulled the switch. It killed this game. It was an online-only title, and people just couldn't play it anymore. What made this whole situation even worse? One, people actually found some offline mode leftovers in the code of this game. Like, offline mode was planned at some point, but then they just gave up, and that didn't happen. But the second thing is that, you know, sometime later, Ubisoft started to pull this game out of users' libraries. They started to take it away. The game people have bought, people have actually paid money for. And that was too much. You might have heard about Stop Killing Games petition before. Basically, it's a petition to like support and emphasize, for supporting and emphasizing game preservation. And The Crew 1 was one of those titles that majorly inspired this petition, basically, the appearance of this kind of thing. So yeah, that was quite a scandal. What I'm trying to say here, you know, I'm talking about the games that are back, and the thing is, it's back. The Crew 1 is back. Like, a year and a half later, modders finally managed to bring this game back. You can play it. I think for now it's a single player only experience, but still, like, modders brought back The Crew 1. The project is called The Crew Unlimited. You can go and hit their Discord server. They will help you with setting it up if you're interested. Like, those people brought the game back up with all of its additional content, with all the DLCs, with all the updates, and without any downgrades this game have had over its lifespan, which is just such a great thing to have. But I think which is even better is that this year we got Drive Club. We got Drive Club back. Drive Club is playable on an emulator. For now, it's a 30 FPS experience. There are some 60 FPS modes with, you know, that are using frame generation, like whatever that is. But yeah, I'm not going to get into details. Drive Club is one of the best games of all time, one of the best racing games and games in general. It is an artistic masterpiece, and it is just great. So it's just so cool to have Drive Club back, and, you know, like, for people being able to play this game. Oh, actually, one thing I have to mention is that it's not just that Drive Club is back, but modders also brought back all the DLC campaigns, like the entirety of Season Pass. And this thing, you can't get this thing these days. It is not available pretty much anywhere. You have to really hunt for it, and the success is not guaranteed by any means. I have a disc with, like, a base game, and the campaign is extremely limited. You can beat it in, like, couple evenings, but even for what it is, Drive Club is amazing. And, you know, having the opportunity to go through all those amazing DLC campaigns is just such a great opportunity to have. So, like, props to those guys. Mad respect. Thank you so much to all of you. Like, honestly, thank you for like all those modders that keep working on the games. Thank you to all those amazing developers, both, you know, big and small studios. I'm sorry for hitting the mic. Both big and small studios for working on those amazing titles. It's just such a great thing to have, and I am just extremely thankful for that. Thank you for, like, still making racing games. Thank you for keeping racing alive. Thank you so much for that. I mean, man, just like several days ago, RPCS3, the PS3 emulator, like, studio They announced that they have made some major improvements on the first two MotorStorm games, MotorStorm and MotorStorm Pacific Rift. I mean, such a great year for racing. God damn it. Like, you can play these on emulator. It is called RPCS3 again, pretty much flawlessly at this point. There are still some issues with MotorStorm Apocalypse, but I know they'll get to it eventually. So, yeah. I mean, come on. We even got some flat out updates. I mean, like, the game. Remember Flat Out? Remember Flat Out 2? We got updates for these games earlier than GTA 6. Isn't that insane? Like, god damn it. Like, these games are 20 years old. Okay. Those are minor. Yes, I think they're pretty much just implemented like this Chinese language support, and they upscaled some like menu assets and stuff. But still, like, god damn it, it's just such a nice time to live. Gaming wise, at least. We got our games, and I love having my games. But so far we've been talking about racing, but racing is not the only thing I want to talk about. I'm going to briefly touch on some other games which are, you know, they're not exactly about racing, but I'm going to name drop a bunch of titles, and I can absolutely recommend you to check out all of them. I will put links for all of them in the description. Feel free to check them all. Show some love to the developers if you like any of them. I love all of these games, honestly. They are just great, and I'm so happy to be here and to talk with you about them. But yeah, okay, I'll try to make it quick. One game I play at the moment is called Easy Delivery Co. It's a delivery simulator with some PS1 inspired graphics and art style in general. What you do is you deliver some packages on a small key truck in a desolate village populated by cute Animal Crossing kind of animals. This game is extremely cute, it is so chill, and it is one of those games that I can genuinely have some rest in. Like, this is the game for me to relax and unwind a little bit. It is so calm, it is like absolutely zero stress, and it is absolutely great. It's quiet and nice and stylish. Can't recommend this one enough. Drift Survivor 2 also like came out this year. This one is extremely cheap. It only costs a couple bucks. You might have got the idea from the title, but it's kind of a Vampire Survivor, Vampire Survivor kind of game. What you do in this one, basically it's a top-down, survival clone with some nice pixel art. Except in this one, you play as a car, and you have guns, like actual guns, and this game rocks. It rules. Like, it's just such a nice little thing to play with its metal soundtrack, like blasting in your ears, with all those different guns you have, with those like insane game speeds you get to eventually. It's just great. I love like the art style, I love the menus, just such a great game to have, and it sure feels novel to play as a car in a survival-like game, and I love it about it. Honestly, there are two type of controls in Drift Survivor 2. You can control your car just by pointing the direction you want to go to with a stick, or you could control it as an actual car, you know, by pressing the throttle and actually like steering it left and right. I would recommend you this method. It's a little harder to play this way, and it will take you a little bit of get used to, but this one is a lot more fun to play. You know, it's a lot more fun to play this way, basically. So yeah, Drift Survivor 2, extremely cheap. a couple 100 MB on your hard drive, hella fun, and just some great time. Absolutely adore this one. Fumes is another game with PS1 inspired graphics, except this one, it's closer to the titles. If you heard of these games, they're called How Truck Apocalypse. Okay, if you know what this is, kind of close. Basically, it's kind of a post-apocalyptic, a game in a post-apocalyptic setting with some rusty cars and some guns attached to them. Fumes is an open world title. What you do is you engage in some, post-apocalyptic mundane things. You just shoot some gang members, you deliver packages a little bit, and it's just such a nice game to have. Like, the rock soundtrack is great. The look of this game, it's very stylish. I absolutely love it. All kinds of cars you could build, like all kinds of mods you have. You can have a giant truck, which will be slow, yes, but this one could definitely take a punch. Or you could, build something small and agile. And honestly, I've had so much fun with Fume's demo, and yeah. I will get to this game eventually, and I'm going to have so much fun with the full version as well. I don't even remember if I've bought this one already or not, but, this one I'm definitely buying at some point if I didn't do it yet. So yeah, another title is called Speed Demons 2. It's kind of an explosive car runner, if that makes sense. You got all those different tasks you have to complete, and you have to complete them all while dodging traffic. The tasks may vary. Sometimes you have to kill traffic cars, sometimes you have to avoid traffic, sometimes you have to hit a time limit, sometimes you have to hit other racers, and there are so many different kinds of tasks, so many different variations of what you gonna have to do, and a lot of different cars in this game as well. Some light buggy kind of vehicles, some sport cars, some trucks, some police vehicles as well. This one is nice to play. It's a Havoc. Even though I had a lot of problems with the camera of this game, it really takes some time to get used to isometrical perspective, but the game looks really cinematic this way. But yeah, just as I said, I'm not sure if that's a great trade-off, but yeah, Speed Demons is nice. Check it out. It got its style. It's kind of like it got kind of like a monochrome color palette with some reds and blues popping out here and there a little bit. The game is stylish, but it's a little bit all over the place. But if you like it, absolutely go for it. Wheel World is an open world bike game. And I talk about bicycles, not bikes, okay? With some mystical elements. Basically, your bike is possessed by some kind of spirit, and you have to win races and progress through the story to fix the passage which souls use to ascend to the moon in the afterlife after people die. That's kind of what's going on here. I can't remember it very well, but I remember having a lot of fun with this game. Again, I've played the demo. It was great. I've heard the appeal of this one is that your bike got several parts, and you kind of build your own thing, like the front wheel, rear wheel, the seat, the handlebar, and everything in between. It is customizable. You get all those different parts while playing, and there are some nice, cozy quests you have to complete. You know, sometimes you might gonna have to find some objects, sometimes you might gonna have to race some folks. But this game, ultimately, it has a nice cartoony art style. I'd say cel shading graphics, I guess. And it's just such a great thing to play. It's pretty much a relaxing title, like, more than anything, I guess. But yeah, I definitely recommend you to play Wheel World. It's one of those more unique games on the market, and I'm going to play this one someday, like the full version as well. Like, I can see this one being one of my favorite games. And speaking of the sport gear, I absolutely gonna have to mention Descenders Next. Holy crap, Descenders Next is amazing. It could have been, your average snowboarding game, but they've added some killer, like absolute killer drum and bass soundtrack on this one. And I've played the demo for Descenders Next. I've played a lot of that demo. Okay, hours. Like, probably 10. And I've just had so much fun with this game. Basically, what you do in this one, there are two kinds of activities, at least that I am aware of. There is snowboarding and there is mountain boarding, which is kind of a snowboarding, but your snowboard got like big wheels, and that's kind of like the first time I ever saw this kind of sports gear, and I loved it. Like, this thing looks great, genuinely. I love the way it looks. I loved, being able to try mountain boarding in a game. It was great time. And yeah, I mean, you play snowboarding on like winter maps and mountain boarding on some of those like warmer maps without the snow, like spring or like summer. So the game is nice. It got some style to it. It got some sandbox elements. It even got some roguelike elements implemented into it. And yeah, like, it controls nicely, and the game could be kind of hard at some points, but it's kind of the appeal for you to get a grasp of like what you should do with your board and with your controller, and like all those tricks, you get to know how to perform and how to time them well. It's great. I absolutely loved my time with Descenders Next. I even dragged my friend into this demo at some point so we could play co-op, and that was some great time. So I absolutely love Descenders Next. I got myself the previous game of those developers, which is called just Descenders, and this one is about bicycles. So yeah, I'm going to play this one at some point, and then I'm going to get Descenders Next as well, because I love extreme sports, I love drum and bass. I mean, those two things together is just such a nuclear mix. So absolutely recommend this one. Can't recommend this one enough. But yeah, I'm kind of going through the list, and I believe that's pretty much it. I mean, sure, we got some titles that weren't as great this year as well. I mean, we got all this sim slop. I am kind of I feel a little pity for all those sim racing fans because of those games we got this year. I mean, just this week, not even this month, we got Rensport and we got Project Motorsport, and both of these games they're bad. Okay, they're bad. They're a buggy mess. They are broken. They're just plain up unfinished. And yeah, I mean, we got Assetto Corsa Evolution as well this year, which is, I guess, it's a nice thing to have. It's one of those like more unique kind of simulators because what it is, it's an auto sim in an open world. So there is an open world in this game, and it's definitely a unique concept. I am not sure if there were any other simulators that included open world before ACE. But at this point, there's just not a lot to do in this game. It's pretty much an early access, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, it's going to take them another year or two to actually, you know, polish it and introduce more content into it. But miraculously, Kuno Simulazioni, the developers of Assetto Corsa, like for Assetto Corsa series, they have released another Assetto Corsa game this year, which is called Assetto Corsa Rally, and this one, people seem to actually love this one. People seem to praise it, like from where I've heard. People have some great time with it. Personally, I'm not a sim guy. I don't have any sim rig, like any sim gear at all. I don't even have like a basic wheel. I only got my good old original DualShock controller, and that's what I used, you know, to play all kinds of racing games. But yeah, Sims are there as well, and at least, you know, at least some racing fans, they got Assetto Corsa Evo and Assetto Corsa Rally, which is, I guess, props for the guys. They're doing games, and those games are nice. So definitely a great thing to have. And we're pretty much done with our program for today, and it's kind of insane how many games, you know, there are for me to name, and that's obviously not everything. Obviously, like, there are tons more racing games that came out this year, like racing games alone, and car games in general, like just driving games. I love them too. Like, car games, they are my thing. I absolutely love them. Oh, Roadcraft came out this year. I do not like Roadcraft. I'm not going to say a lot of bad things about it, even though I could. I have a lot of bad things to say about this one. Roadcraft is just bad. There's not a lot to do. This game is too casual. The controls on this one is just terrible. You know, like, there is not a universal layout, like control layout for this game. So if you want to control like a crane, which is installed on a truck, and a slash if you want to control like a standalone crane, like a stationary, you're gonna have to readjust your brain for some damn reason. Like, why did not developers, you know, make those control schemes similar? I just don't get it. So as much as I love SnowRunner, and I'm kind of curious about Expedition. Not Expedition 33, like Mudrunner's like Expedition title. As much as I'm curious about this game, I think I will play Expedition at some point, but I've tried the demo for Roadcraft. Roadcraft is bad, okay, and people who say that it's good, it's just not, okay. It had the potential, it didn't live up to it. Absolutely not. But enough about bad things, because I just want to mention just a couple more titles, really. And the reason I talk about them this late, because they are upcoming. You know, they're not here yet, but they will be here really soon in 2026, yeah, okay. And these games are Lead the Dragon and Screamer. And Lead the Dragon is kind of a Need for Speed title, but this time it's closer to NF's Hot Pursuit kind of game. It got some insane like aesthetic going on over there. Like, this game is extremely violet. It's kind of like pink/purple. It's hard to judge, but like still, there are trailers. You should absolutely go and watch trailers for this game. This game is kind of feral, you know, it got those aggressive engine sounds going on. Basically, it's a cops versus robbers kind of game. You can race different kinds of vehicles. I mean, only cars, okay, but still only cars. But there are 3 different types of car you could race: American cars, European cars, and Japanese cars. And they all, sorry for hitting my mic again, they all are different. Basically, Japanese cars, they handle better, their handling is better. American cars, they got more power. And there is something else about European cars. I'm sorry, I forgot what their feature is, but you can pretty much check it out on their Steam store page, which is out there, which is active. So yeah, if you love some toge racing, if you love some, stylish aesthetic with which includes some real life cars, absolutely check this one. This one shapes to be a banger in 2026. And same thing I could say about Screamer. Okay, Screamer is like pure arcade racing. It got its own unique thing going on. It's kind of like a futuristic cyberpunk kind of race title. And this one is going to be twin stick controlled. What this means is, okay, basically if you race on a controller, you use, on average, if you're like a right-handed person, you use your left stick to handle your vehicle. And your right stick, usually, I don't know, it's just reserved for the camera controls. But on this game, sure, you turn with your left stick, but you're also gonna have to use your right stick to adjust the position of your car. There is one other indie game I am aware of that does that as well. It is called Inertial Drift. I have tried that, and for me it's kind of hell, because just as I've said, I'm not a big guy on drifting games, and Inertial Drift is like, it's not a racing game, okay? It's like a flat-out drifting title. But Screamer is a racing game, and I'm a little bit dreaded about this one because of my experience with the Inertial Drift and its twin stick control scheme. But I am actually like really optimistic about Screamer. The game looks amazing. The graphics on this one, the art style is just superb, really. And one thing I absolutely have to mention is, okay, one, Screamer is being developed by Milestone Studio, the developers of both Hot Wheels Unleashed games. And I absolutely adore Hot Wheels Unleashed games, okay? They are great. I have both of them, and I have spent a lot of hours in those games. I mean, I got all the cars in Hot Wheels Unleashed 1, and it's one of the very, very few games, if not the only one, I have actually cared enough about to make some livers for the cars in this game. It was just so great to recreate some of those like real life Hot Wheels liveries I got over here. It was such a fun time. But another thing I want to mention is that Screamer is actually a reboot. It's a revival of a several decades old series, which was created by Milestone themselves. It's their IP. Sure, those games are old, and like the first one was inspired by like Sega Rally and Sega Daytona of all things, so you could have an idea of like how old these games are. There is a nice video on I think the channel is called ARC, Arcade Racing Channel, or Arcade Racing Archive. I will leave a link in the description. I'll try to not forget about any of those. Absolutely check those games, check those videos. I'll remind you once more about it in a minute. Sorry about that. But yeah, so basically there's a video of guy going through the original trilogy, and it was some good time. It was nice, getting to know like what these games are and how well they hold till this day. And yeah, like genuinely interesting, and like props to the channel. Had some fun. So yeah, Screamer is great. If I'd have to, name drop some of the, if I'd have to choose like absolute best titles from today's episode, I guess it would be Night Runners, Tokyo Extreme Racer, absolutely Sonic Racing Cross World, Descenders next, definitely, and Screamer. Yes, these are probably the most important titles. I mean, Screamer is, just as I said, it's going to be out in 2026. You can check out some trailers. It's great. I am so hyped about this game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Quite a lot, isn't it? I mean, 2025, just as I said, it was such a banger year for racing games, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm so happy we had all these beautiful games. Again, massive thanks to all those devs that keep making those. Massive thanks to all those creators that keep highlighting those games and that keep talking about those. I love my time with them, and I love having them around. Both games, creators, studios, all of them. It's just great. And I love having you around as well. Hey, you got till the end. That's a nice thing to do, I guess. I am extremely thankful for that. Thank you so much for sticking to this video till the very end. It's been hella fun. I'm so glad I got to talk about all those amazing games, and I hope you will, at least you'll take a look at some of them on Steam, and maybe you will even end up playing some of them. Like, I've played most of them really, and they are great. I've had like tons of fun with them, and I can only wish you the same. So yeah, all the links will be in the description for Steam store pages for all these games, for some of those videos you might want to watch about those games I've been talking about today. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for sticking to this video to the very end, and I will see you really soon. So yeah, have a good rest of the day. Have fun with your games. I've been Neon Darkness, and I'll see you around. Bye.